We're just delighted you can come and join with us today to share our plans for our 5th birthday season. It's really hard to imagine that this autumn marks 5 years that we've been here. In fact, what life was like before Curve in the city, I think too, because so much has been achieved in this site and we're very, very proud of it. We decided that one birthday party wasn't enough, so we've scheduled an entire season of events, starting on the 7th of September and going all the way through to the 12th of January.
Being 5 is a very important age, I think, because I know some of our people who work at Curve, and probably many of you, were about and around when Curve was just even thought of. And then, of course, the birth came and then followed a few difficulties and complications, but that's the way things go with births, and it's dramatic and it makes you better, to be honest. But now there's such a confidence around Curve and a pride. We are so proud of Curve, and I know you are all proud of Curve too.
So I'd love to introduce now Jack McNamara, who's the artistic director from New Perspective Theatre Company.
The project came about when Paul took me on one of his apparently famous tours of the building, where he explains every corner and how it got to be what it is. And when we came into this space, actually, he asked me what shows were on the cards, and that one felt like a very appropriate fit. It has a cinematic feeling to it, and but the majorness I'm just trying to put out of my mind, really. And
next, to introduce Drew Milligan, who is the director when it's on tour of People, the new Alan Bennett play from the National Theatre, being interviewed by Ellis Cataldo from Pucka News.
You're bringing the new Alan Bennett play People to Curve in September as part of its national tour.
Yep.
Will you start about telling us a little bit about People?
Well, it's a slightly complicated play. It's about the National Trust. It's about historicism, I suppose. But mostly the show is about Lady Dorothy Stackpool, who has a country manor house that's falling to pieces, and she doesn't know what to do with it. So her sister, June, is an archdeacon, decides she wants to give to the National Trust. So I suppose it's a discussion about whether we should look after our historical buildings, and if we do look after them, what do they become? Do they become sort of odd relics, or is it better to let them decay? And I suppose that's the question that's really being answered and asked in this particular production.
We have now Keith Saha from the company 20 Stories High, who we've worked with before. They're bringing a show called Melody Loses Her Mojo.
I wanted to write a play based on some of my experiences of being brought up in care, and I wanted to tell that story in an innovative way that reached out to young people working with their own art forms. It's a hip-hop theatre piece using puppetry and live music and dance.
As we look towards 5 years of Curve, I want you to picture a birthday card that's going round the office to say, "Happy birthday, Curve, happy 5th birthday." What's your message going to be inside it, Paul?
I think my message is going to be I'd like everybody who hasn't tried Curve to come and try it, because there's still thousands of people out there who haven't tried it, and I would like to obviously let them try something in this season, because I do think that, and you just heard about 3 very different productions, but there are lots more types of genres: circus, contemporary dance. So that would be my message: is come and try it.
I thought it was really interesting, really informative about the forthcoming season. So yeah, definitely things I want to book for already.
I think it's a fascinating event. I'm here from London on business, and I kind of stumbled into that. But it's the breadth and the adventure that there is in the programme that they were talking about and the engagement of the audience there. They all knew what was coming, or at least they're aware of the quality of what they can expect, and it was a very fulfilling kind of experience in that you don't, coming from London, we're sort of unaware of the quality of the production that there is outside of London.
And in 5 years, this theatre to grow from strength to strength. And it's an icon building, and this is the largest in Europe. And now people, you can see Western shows are coming over here. And I would urge mostly even our diverse communities to come and make use of this.
None of this would be possible, really, without the fantastic team that we have at Curve.
Absolutely.
And yes, it was probably a bit of a rocky start, maybe a bit of postnatal depression or something like that. But now, you know, the past few years really is going from strength to strength, and there are a lot of people here who work very, very hard to make it all possible. And so my concluding thanks that is really to Team Curve, and thank all of them very much. So we look forward to celebrating our 5th birthday with all of you, and hope to see you back here soon. Thank you.
Perfect.